3 races in, how would you assess the job that Nico, Kevin, and the team has done thus far?
I think we did what we wanted to do. We are not there where we want to be, because I think what I wouldn't say underestimated, what I was surprised personally, how close the field is this year. But I think we made honestly a step forward. Nico has hit the ground running. I mean, it's unbelievable how quick he felt at home in our team, and how quick he delivered as well. We need to say that as well, because he was for 3 years not a full-time driver. We never have to forget that one. So I think in general it was, everything is good. Obviously, I would like to have better results, but the competition is so tough this year. I mean, you have no weak team anymore. I mean, you have clearly 4 teams which are stronger than the rest, but the rest is so close together. There are other 6 teams. So you never know at any race weekends who will be the best of the 6. So very tough competition. But all in all, I'm very happy with the team, the step we have made from last year to this year, but we need to keep on improving, we need to keep on pushing, because it's just very tough out there.
Yeah, definitely agree with you about Nico. It looks like he's barely been away. I know he had a couple of sub appearances in there. It really justifies the decision as well that you made. I know it was talked about so much last year about dropping Mick and going to 2 experienced drivers. So it must be nice that has almost immediately paid off, and you can immediately say, well, look, having 2 experienced guys means we're getting results out of both cars. If one guy's not doing so well, the other guy might be up there in the fight.
Absolutely, and as you say, Nate, last year there was criticism, skepticism, all of it, But in the end, what we have to do, we have to look after the team, and at that time, for us, what we needed is experience to take the team forward, And the experience just comes with time. And Nico had that time in a car, and he was in very similar situations in the teams he was before in the midfield, where he could contribute something to make the team better, and he's doing, So I think for us it was the easiest way to get performance for the team. Obviously we need always the car, you need to always develop, but to make a step in our performance, or go back to where we left off in 19 a little bit, was to get an experienced driver in again. Obviously, as you say, I'm very happy that it all worked out. I could say, oh, it was just the right decision. But I mean, sometimes you need a little bit of luck as well, because it is a risk you take, But I saw the opportunity, and then you have to take the risk, if the opportunity is there. And I believe that Nico is still motivated. That was my biggest, I wouldn't say fear, but my biggest concern: can Nico motivate himself to do this? Because I know he has got the speed and he has got the experience, but he's very well motivated right now, I must say.
And have you seen more motivation for Kevin as a result as well, now that he's got someone in the car who's, going to get closer to the limit of it?
Yeah, I think for Kevin it's a good thing as well. Obviously, Nico has outperformed him in qualifying. And no driver wants to be second to his teammate. You know that well enough, So for sure, he will pull his socks up, trying to beat him. And there is a good benchmark there for him to get where Nico is, because the tool can do it. So he needs to work to get there. And I'm sure that Kevin will be working, because Kevin is still relatively young for Formula One these days, and he wants to stay in Formula One. He left more than once already. I think another comeback will be very difficult, So I think for sure he's putting a lot of effort in to be as good as Nico, if not better, So hopefully it works out, and that would be fantastic for the team.
Sorry, Casey.
No, go Nate.
It's been quite fun seeing how they've kind of downplayed, obviously everybody talked about that moment in Hungary a few years ago. It's been quite great. We asked them both about that in preseason, and they're just kind of so chilled with it. You can tell that, you've got 2 guys in who are experienced, but also you've had Kevin, who's come back from being out of Formula One. You've had Nico, who was out of F1 for a bit and come back. And you can tell just how much of a mindset shift that has for a driver. I think the things you think about, the things you worry about are probably a lot different.
Absolutely, and I always think like this, when you're a long time, and you guys are a long time in Formula One, when you're in there, everything is difficult, and it seems like, this job is difficult. I have to deal with all you guys, the press, basically. I've got to do all this stuff, which I don't like to do. I just want to drive race cars. The day you're out of it, it's like, wow, that is a big drop from where you were and where you're then. And you just realize it when you're not having it anymore. You cannot see it coming. We say, oh, if I go away from F1, I just go and do something else. But I think there is this thing out there. Nothing in obviously in racing can beat F1. Is one. I compare it always like, you're not missing the sun until it's raining. You know, if the sun always shines, it's like, oh, the sun is shining, and then one day it rains. Wow, that's not good. I rather have the sun, you know. But you're not appreciating it while you're having it. So I think it's a lot for these guys. And when you come back, you're highly motivated to show that you belong here, you know. And I think that's what happened with Kevin and with Nico for us. And I hope we can keep it going, that they are not getting, just saturated with Formula One.
You mentioned how long you've been in Formula One. I imagine the challenges you faced are unimaginable. How would you say that the mixed situation and navigating that tested you as a team boss?
It was a very, I would say, strange situation, because normally you don't have to deal with it. But then again, it tests you. But, you know, every test, I like the challenge, you know. Mm-hmm. I need to sort it. I need to do the best for the team. And that's what I'm doing. I'm not doing it self-serving. I do it for the team, serving the team. And I know I'm still highly motivated that we have got a good way in front of us as a team to have success. And that is what we need to do. As much as people try to make it difficult for you, every day I get up to, okay, if you want to make it difficult for me, I go again, you know. I'm not giving up. I'm not giving in here, you know. I just need to get this done, and to the best of everybody, also for Mick, you know.
As we look at 2023, you know, what are the expectations moving forward, and when can we expect upgrades hitting the track?
Expectation is we just want to improve from 2022. That means also in the point standing, which means 7th or 6th. I think much more is not in it, but we will fight for every little point and everything. And obviously we had to change our strategy. Going to your question about upgrades, last year we decided to make one big upgrade, which you know, where we were last year, it was maybe our own possibility to have any upgrade. But this year, we with everything starting earlier and planning better and doing everything better, we will bring upgrades. When I say continuously, it doesn't mean that they're always coming, but they are coming when they are ready from the development side. You know, when we find something in the wind tunnel, we then put it on the car. You know, we make them full-size parts, and they will be. We are not waiting for a big package. We are bringing whenever we have got something. We have got some parts coming for Miami. We planned some parts for Imola, but it will be smaller step. It will not be big upgrades. But I think all the teams are doing that one now. That has to do also with the regulation now being more stable and with the budget cap. You know, you cannot afford to wait until you spend 2-3 million on a big upgrade. You bring whatever you have got as quick as possible for the smallest expenditure possible, so you can do more of them in your budget cap.
And new title sponsor this year as well. How much of a difference has that made? Just, you know, long-term planning. It must be night and day's difference to last year when there was a big question mark over the finances of the team.
Obviously, MoneyGram coming on board. The biggest thing is what you just said. It's the long-term perspective, the security for the team. Everybody sees also in the team we are here to stay, and they just bring stability. In addition to Haas Automation as being a sponsor, a big sponsor for us, MoneyGram has brought a lot to it, and they are very enthusiastic about what they are doing because they can see it is working for them, what they invested. And I think they were very smart in coming on board when they came on board, you know, because F1 is growing in the States. They came on board at the right time, I think. And they just saw, they had a vision. I mean, their CEO and CMO, they had a good vision where they want to be to bring their brand out in the global world, being an American brand, but operating globally. It is a very good platform, Formula One.
Obviously, the drivers, real quick, obviously the drivers are the two biggest marketing pieces when a company looks to invest and partner with the team. I would now say that the team boss is also a part of that marketability. Instead of two personalities, now you have three. Is that a fair assessment? Do you see yourself driving and moving the needle a little bit, as well as other team bosses for other teams now?
I'm not going to drive the car, Katie, but I think I take you along next time when I negotiate my package with Mr. Haas, just to represent me there, So no, I think it has got more part of than in the old days, the team bosses, but there were always people out there which were very visible as well, think on Eddie Jordan, Ron Dennis, they were always very visible as well at the time. Jean Todt. But maybe because we are exposed more to Netflix, people take more notice of us, I would say.
Now you've got a bit of an idea of where the car is relative to everyone else after the first three races. What do you think is possible? And also, you just mentioned Mr. Haas, Gene. What are his expectations this year in terms of where the team finishes in the championship?
I mean, his expectations are as much as the team's always getting better, and for him, it's just like he knows that it's a difficult journey going up in the standing, but he is demanding improvements. He puts the faith in us, and we normally deliver if we are not faced with strange circumstances. So his expectation is that we get better, and where we are at in the moment is it's so tight that. Any weekend, we could be anywhere. We could be 5th fastest car. We could be 10th fastest car, which means last.
I mean, if you keep things going, maybe you could sneak a podium for Vegas. I mean, that would be an idea. That would be a dream scenario, right, for an American team. Obviously, I'm just I'm talking about my dream scenario. There would be Haas on the podium.
I mean, I'm with you.
Yeah.
I can keep on. I can start dreaming with you. I mean, the only risk would be, I think we would lose half of the team afterwards in Vegas for a week or so. So that is the only danger with it. But no, I mean, I think a podium. It's if you talk like this, you're not realistic. But if you're there and about, at some stage, it will come, And if we fight in the 5th position as a manufacturer, 5th or 6th, there could be an opportunity. Like in Australia, we were not very far off it, So this is the opportunity to take, but you need to be always there. Can we fight for a podium if everything goes normal and a race where everything goes like it is said? No, but races are not like this. Therefore, they are interesting because there is always something can happen. And when something happens, you just need to be around. I mean, there have teams had podiums in the last years. Alpha Tauri, they had a win. There was people which had a podium but unexpectedly. We were not lucky yet, but at some stage, maybe with a little bit of luck and our own hard work to put us in the position, maybe we can do it.
Thanks so much for watching ESPN on YouTube. And for more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for premium content and live streaming, subscribe to ESPN Plus.